person that they share their deepest moments with, their greatest highs and their greatest lows. And for Mariana, that was about 9 years ago when she met me. But this love story didn't begin at first sight. In a high school graduating class of less than 60 kids, she was the only person that I didn't know or speak to all of freshman year. My sophomore year, I was separated from all of my friends in my lunch period, and I remember getting my schedule and thinking to myself, who the heck am I going to hang out with? There's only nerds here and that soccer girl at the RBF. So 2 things about that. If any of the nerds are here, I'm sorry. If you don't know what an RBF is, just ask the closest millennial sitting next to you. With Mike. Later in high school, we shared speech class together, and to be completely honest, the only reason why I'm sitting up here today is because Mariana was so taken aback by my pure poise and grace standing behind the microphone. Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm sorry. For those of you who do know me, I'm also sorry. But my name is Megan Curley, I'm a maid of honor. So I'll let you decide how much of that introduction was a joke, but on a more serious note, over the years of knowing her, Mariana's been like my best friend in the entire world. I don't know if my knowledge of her rivals Eric at this point, but I like to think of myself as a time capsule holding all of her secrets and everything there is to know about Mary, whether I was there or not. So when Mariana was about 5 years old, her Uncle Joe, or maybe it was her Aunt Sue, I'm not really sure who it was, but one of them asked her what she wanted to be when she grew up. Without hesitation, she said, a trophy wife. So what do you say we all meet back here a year from now and ask them how that's going? So little 5-year-old Mary must have heard that term somewhere and not really knowing what it meant, obviously. But I think she assumed it meant she was a married woman who just had a house full of trophies from a famous soccer career or something. She didn't know what a trophy wife was. But little did little MJ know, she's actually the trophy. Or at least that's how it's felt in my friendship with her. She's the type of friend who will drop everything to help you, whether it's being stuck on the side of the road or having long conversations trying to convince me not to drop out of college for the 8th semester in a row. She's the type of friend who, when you have nowhere to go, she invites you to live in her family's home. And for what we planned on being like 4 to 6 months, ended up being 2 years. And let me tell you, you learn everything there is to know about somebody after sharing bunk beds through the COVID lockdown. I think for most people, after spending so much time in close proximity, you'd want a break, right? But after I finally moved out, we ended up coaching soccer together, and we made the very impractical choice of carpooling to work every day. I love how you always push me to be better. After she graduated and I was still in school, we both kind of came up with this bright idea to go to the gym at 5 a.m. every day. And we did keep it up for a while. It was pretty impressive. So we would meet at the gym at 5 a.m. and she would go back home and start her work day, and I would go home and just take a mid-morning nap and then start my day 5 hours later. She's the type of friend who always has your back. And even if it's literally holding my back as we walk through the sketchiest Hotel Super 8 in Virginia Beach. Or she always has your back when you spill a blackberry margarita all over her parents' carpet. This is all when it was at the old house and it sold, so I think we're okay, but I don't think you found out anyway, or at least maybe somebody told you, but she cleaned it up very well. Or maybe it was Audrey, I don't know. So, as much as I love her, don't get me wrong, she definitely drives me crazy. There was one time where we were driving back from Tampa, Florida, and she wouldn't let me drive the entire way. And depending on how many stops you take, this is like a 14 to 16 hour drive. And it wasn't because she didn't trust me to drive, at least I don't think. but she's just insane. So not only that, but we arrived home at about 4 a.m. and her favorite song came on the radio or whatever playlist they were playing, and she thought it was a practical opportunity to listen to that song and take another circle around the neighborhood at 4 a.m. after driving for 14 hours. So I think I can speak for everyone in this room when I say Mariana is kind, loving, and generous. But I'm going to be completely honest, when I met her freshman year, I didn't see these qualities at first. But what changed my mind about the soccer girl with the RBF was something that not all of you may know about her. But if you do know, you really know. Are you nervous? She's a rebel at heart. She loves to play devil's advocate. She fiercely rejects most things until there's enough evidence to be proven otherwise. She did this in virtually every topic in school, the workplace, even arguing with me about how stoplights work, which I still think that I'm right about, but whatever. She even went through a phase of her life where she rejected the entire idea of marriage, but look where we are today. She didn't want to have kids for a very long time, but last I heard, they wanted to have at least 5. Is that right?
Winners! 10 is the over-under. Yeah. At least
10 is the over-under, okay. So I think since we're here today, we can all agree that she has gotten more agreeable over time. But there's one thing she's always been sure about, and that's Eric. Eric, I've seen your love for her. I've seen you defend her without hesitation. And I know you drive her crazy sometimes, but I also see the little things you do to make her happy. So never stop treasuring the trophy she is. I'm not done. I'm not done, don't worry. So when I sat down to write this speech, I really couldn't figure out how to introduce myself because, like I've mentioned, and Mrs. Ullman mentioned in her speech, the Ullmans have really welcomed me into their home more than I could ever imagine. And Audrey coined the term for me, alternate Ullman. Although over the years we've been mistaken as sisters numerous times. Even last night, Grandma thought that I was one of the sisters. Or for some reason, everywhere we go, people assume we're twins, which I don't really see, but maybe it's because we walk the same, talk the same, and wear the same clothes. So when I Googled how to write a Maid of Honor speech, a lot of sites recommended ending with some marriage advice. But I'm still at the stage in my life where I wake up in the morning to text saying, hey, this is Jason from the bar last night. So I'm gonna leave the marriage advice up to Ryan, who's the best man, is going next. But I will leave you with one piece of advice from her dad. He said that anything could be fixed with duct tape and WD-40.
Yes! I can tell you that.
I don't know what kind of marital issues those 2 items can fix, but I know as a single person they've come in handy for me more than once. So now your 2 sisters, or just Audrey, will present you with the gifts that I know your dad would greatly appreciate and have comfort in your own hands. Let's raise a glass for the bride and groom. Congratulations, I love you guys.